Good afternoon, everybody. Noon on Tuesday. This is where we need to be for the Well Expo webcast. And today it is all things yoga. And I am going to be talking to Katrina of Yoga Ireland. And we are going to go through why yoga is good for stress, for your sleep, for anxiety issues, and lots of other things like that, including the likes of me, who seems to have a big difficulty with it. Katrina. Good afternoon. Hi, how are you?
Good afternoon, everybody. Namaste from Kildare.
Do you know what? It's so funny because during our chat, and we only got to know each other recently through networking. Yeah. We discovered we had a common place of work.
Yeah.
In Blackhall Place in Dublin. So yoga is a far cry from the Law Society in Blackhall Place.
Not anymore. It's not. I mean, they've come along so well, and they even have a psychotherapist there every week looking after the all people coming through their doors. I thought the Law Society, they were well ahead of everyone else about 20 years ago, and I went in once a week and taught the group, and it was brilliant. And that was probably the start of any kind of, corporate yoga in Ireland, actually, which was about the first one started in and around 24, 25 years ago. Yeah.
And you were one of the first to start up that kind of...
I was, yeah. So I started up the company of Yoga Ireland when I was 23. I've been practicing yoga since I was 17, yeah. And so I was in the design world. I had my own company, actually, at that stage. I love design, and I still do. But it intertwines very well, actually, with the practice of yoga. So anyway, I got on to do 2 more years of yoga therapy training with 2 medical doctors in the north of Ireland, and learned how to use yoga as a therapy for a vast range of medical conditions. Started up the Yoga Ireland company in 1997, opened up a studio in Merrion Square, and was hugely successful. Had it for about 5 years. Just closed it down just ahead of the recession for a few different reasons. But at the time, it was one of the first studios in Dublin to open. Along with 2 guys I knew who we'd practiced together over the years. So the 3 of us went ahead and opened 3 yoga studios in Dublin in around the same time. So it started it all off. So we're regarded as the old yogis in Ireland now.
You are the grand masters, even in the yoga circle. Yeah, brilliant. But the thing is, I mean, you are that long practicing it now and looking at where we are now. And as you say, you closed down the studio kind of just before the recession kicked in. But here we are back again, we're gone full circle, except this time, obviously, it's lockdown and people are coping with a different set of stressors and anxieties and things like that. And sleep happens to be one of the big ones now coming out, this whole change in our routine and how we're working and coping with family.
Or lack of routine.
Yeah.
It's actually, that's a big issue as well. So, this is huge. But for a long time now, I've had people coming to me, and whenever we get anybody coming to a yoga class, we always get them to fill out a form and a disclaimer. We have to as therapists for insurance reasons, but it's very helpful, and it shows us what's happening in the society in general, what people's problems are, because we ask certain questions. So one of the biggest ones has been definitely sleep. For a long time now, but getting steadily worse. That hand in hand with anxiety. And the 2 are very interconnected because one can cause the other. Not always the case, because sleep issues can be caused by different things as mental issues, illnesses, and so on. However, it doesn't matter what the actual underlying problem is. It can be helped by the practice of yoga. If you're doing a good practice that really is suitable for you, many different types of yoga in the world and in Ireland. So you've got to find the type of practice that suits you. What I've developed over the years is really a very general practice that we call self-care yoga. And the reason I developed this practice is because it's so suitable for absolutely everyone to do. I have clients in wheelchairs. I have clients that are deaf. It doesn't matter We can always communicate. And that's the whole thing about yoga that's wonderful. It is there for everybody to dip into. There's many aspects of yoga that you can do. So you can choose to do maybe one day the physical practice or to focus on that for a while. Ideally, you want to be working with all the limbs of yoga. And this, coming back to the sleep issue, will help the parasympathetic nervous system of the body, which benefits and helps us to decompress and relax down, and helping our minds to switch off so that our minds are calm enough so that we can actually enter into a sleep pattern. And when we do enter into a sleep pattern, some people find that they're waking up in the middle of the night now.
Katrina, I'm just going to interrupt you there slightly. Can you just come slightly closer to your mic? Yeah, that'd be brilliant. Thanks.
Is that any better, Barbara?
Yeah, that's great. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You want me to recap on anything I just said there?
Yeah, you're talking about the sympathetic nerve system. Just connecting.
So this is very, very important. A lot of us in today's world now, things have changed vastly in the last month or so because of our situation in the world. But a lot of us have been living on the fight or flight mode for a long, long time. Now, I'm not talking just adults. This is children, because when we're busy, the children are feeding off our energy and our vibe. So if get out the door, come on, we've got to go to school, you know, where's your things, where's your for sports day and what have you. Everyone's running and rushing. So we enter into this constant fight or flight mode, which burns off energy and damages our nervous system. And that is why we become very edgy, we become anxious, and we can't sleep. We just can't switch off because we're so high, so switched on all of the time. How can we expect ourselves to switch off? We're not robots. We're not like, we don't have remote control, you know? So you have to retrain yourself. And I've done this.
Yeah. And actually, because I was saying to you, and you know me well enough now, as do an awful people out there now that know me, that I would find it very hard at times to relax down into, into yoga relaxation. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I can lie on the floor and I can do some deep breathing. Yeah. But I would find it more difficult then to kind of get into a slightly deeper relaxation. You know, any exercise I would do would be that HIIT and high intensity and.
Yeah, I know, Barbara, because actually as an individual, I would be regarded as almost an A-type individual. By constitution, this is the way I'm born in some ways, but it doesn't mean that you can't shift and improve who you are as an individual and train your body and your mind and create new and positive habits. Now, I have learned to do this. When I was a child, I was covered from head to toe with chronic eczema my whole life. And as a child, I didn't know what I was doing in the bed at night. I used my mind to relax my body down to help me to sleep. Because if anyone knows eczema, you are tearing yourself apart. It's so, and as a child, I knew how to do that. So I carried it through the rest of my life. But when I realized this is Yoga Nidra. So Yoga Nidra is very simple. I'm going to put it up on YouTube today. It's a 10-minute guided Yoga Nidra. But the thing about it is, Barbara, it doesn't happen straight away. This is mind. This is mental training for the mind. But if you do it every night, say before sleep, if you want to do it then, you do your 10 minutes, put your headphones in. You don't expect to switch off today. Little training, little, it'll happen. And it's so beneficial. Yoga Nidra is equivalent to 4 to 5 hours of deep, restful sleep. This has been scientifically proven.
And that's that kind of 10 minutes that you start with then, as you're saying, at nighttime to get that extended benefit.
Yeah.
Right.
100%.
Okay,
yeah.
So that's Yoga Ireland on YouTube.
Yeah,
so
that's right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So yogaireland.ie is the website, and all the social media links are on that. So the YouTube is actually going up today. Now, I hope it's up already, but if it's not up already, it's Yoga Ireland, the logo, purple circle logo, and that's it. And you'll find everything you need. We're updating it daily at the moment with the free yoga videos for everyone as well.
Brilliant. And do you know what? The other thing I was thinking about, because we did quite a bit of chatting about this yesterday, is that you do now, obviously everything has changed for everyone. Sorry, I don't mean to be looking away, but all my notes are sliding off my table here as I'm talking to you.
Oh, yeah.
When we were chatting yesterday, because you do a lot of corporate work online now, because everybody you see now, they're at home.
Yeah.
So you are actually delivering to groups of from 2 or 3 up to 100 at the moment online.
It's, do you know what? It's so super positive. When everything happened, say 5 weeks now, this all started, COVID-19, and my company had already, like, for instance, I'm in a vegan stadium every Thursday. So I go in there to do the management, I teach for an hour, and that's a regular thing, and a few other companies. So they had to stop, and everyone had to leave. At that point, most people left the office and were working from home. So what can we do here? People really need their yoga practice. It really helps them to get through the day, the week, and life in general, for many different reasons. So straight away, I just decided I could go online. It wasn't something I heard before. Quite honestly, kind of busy with the regular classes, So I went online, I had so many companies join board. And
sorry, Katrina, do you know what it is? Actually, it might be your internet is breaking up. It might just need to reload there a wee bit. Are people hearing okay out there, Esther? Is there any comments on Facebook? Are we all right out there?
No comments, but it is a bit breaking up a bit.
It's breaking up a wee bit. It could just be, you're in Kildare. We'll have to have a word with
Virgin Media are doing some updates. So we had a whole class dropped last night.
Okay. That's
and I hope you can hear me a little bit better.
Yes, absolutely. It's only intermittent. It is only
good. I'll just keep coming closer, everyone.
There's a
you look gorgeous.
There is a comment now. Eric Ronan is saying it's breaking up a lot for him.
Oh, dear.
Eric, I'm so sorry. But what we might do actually at the end of this is we might actually do it again ourselves, and I'll record it.
Great.
So have what's happened today on the Facebook page. Plus, I'll do a refresh of it then that we can upload again.
Perfect.
And do it between us, because anytime we've been chatting, we've actually been fine. It could be just
we have actually.
Yeah. Eric, so sorry, Pat, out there. I know Eric,
No, but Barbara, that's a great idea. So everybody can certainly access it then. If we're going to continue, are we, Barbara? Or what can we do?
No, absolutely. As long as the line, just for another few minutes. How are we doing on time there? I have no clock.
We were talking about the corporate yoga. So what I really love about this is the fact that companies have taken responsibility for their colleagues and employees and are now looking after them. I have a global company now, engineering, and they're all over the world, and they've set them up with 3 classes a week, family yoga and regular yoga for the employees and everything. And it's going so well. And this Friday is National Workplace Day, and we have loads of clients for that. Again, we have their employees. So there's a lot of positivity out there. People are really stepping up and minding each other.
Okay, great. You have a competition today for our viewers. So hopefully, yes, I know, please God, that a few of them did stay with us through our thing.
Hopefully.
You know what? I think I don't know, I'm going to have to light candles every week or something because I've yet to have a week come in where it just goes absolutely all plain
I know. Listen, I do the same with my
something tech when it comes to a live, but however, we get
exactly. This is life. You know, one of the great things about yoga is that it teaches you patience. It really does. It actually helps you to go with the flow, and just be acceptant.
Yeah, I know.
This is a big thing in today's life right now with COVID. This is very big, to accept what we can and can't do. This is a yoga philosophy.
And have you noticed actually, because you've just mentioned the COVID there, have you noticed now more and more people starting the practice of yoga now?
Yes, absolutely, 100%. More and more people, and returning. I had two ladies I thought 18 years ago return together on a Monday night there, just there, and
Brilliant.
we reunited, yeah. And the reason they're doing it is because, well, they were abroad and couldn't come to my classes was one of the reasons. But now people are home, they want to take care of themselves, they want to stay healthy and strong and make sure their immune is strong enough so that if COVID comes along, their bodies deal with it. Because the practice strengthens your lungs and your immune. And they are coming on board and they want to stay fit and healthy and manage their anxiety.
Yeah, and the anxiety side of things is so big at the moment. So I presume then, if a parent is there at home and saying, right, well, I'm going to do yoga, it actually might be a good idea to get the kids involved too in doing you know, in the evening before bedtime to ensure that they get a good sleep.
Well, I just finished the kids' yoga class. It's every Tuesday, 11 a.m. So I do the kids' yoga, and do you know what they told me? I asked them, what's your favorite part of the yoga class? The imaginary journey at the end, which is basically yoga nidra for kids.
Lovely, lovely.
And I have kids with autism and ADHD in that class, and that's their favorite part.
Lovely.
And go off and have a cup of tea while I look after the kids.
So you can work with special needs groups.
Oh, I do. I have
to anybody out there using that terminology, but you know, or groups with disabilities, individuals, whatever, and you will work with them as well.
Oh yeah, I have done for many, many years. People in wheelchairs, autism, Down syndrome, ADHD, dyspraxia, everything. And
then you're a yoga therapist as well, which is another step above just being a yoga practitioner.
It's a really big step forward for a yoga teacher, because you do 2 years further training with this. And when I did it 12 years ago, it was with a brilliant yoga therapist and 2 super doctors and medical doctors. They trained as yoga teachers and then they taught us. So second to none. Yeah. And I learned so much how to use yoga as a therapy.
Right.
How we use yoga for back problems. How do you use it? It's not a general class. It's completely different. It's almost like physio energy for the body. Right. And you're given a tailor-made practice of say 10 minutes to do every day yourself at home. So that can be videoed, you can watch it, and then you do that every day and see what happens. You won't be needing to go to as many people, quite possibly, as you used to. You know, say, I'm not ruling out anybody else in the medical system, other therapies and doctors, you know. But it's about taking control of your own health and well-being. We can do that.
And I do know people who have, like, over time, they were having, hip or back issues, or generally around that area, which I presume is from, we have such a sedentary lifestyle where we're sitting at our desks and then we're sitting watching telly or whatever. So that activity, but like that, they kind of started the gentle yoga, and then after a few months, then when they've gone back for their checkup, there have been a huge improvement.
And there you go. Honestly, I say this all the time and people don't believe me. People actually say to me, oh, you're so flexible. Sure, look at you. I'm only a bit flexible because I practice a bit of yoga every day. I do it because I enjoy it. I do, and I feel better for it every time I do it. And I'm not up at 6 a.m. doing 500 sun salutes.
No, because you go for a nap during the day. I know that.
I do. Yeah.
And it's something we all need.
In the morning at the moment to check in with Sai Guru, who's an Indian guru who's just incredible, guys. And then I'll be teaching classes maybe 8 or 9 at night. So I take a day to preserve my energy so that I have enough to do what I need to do, And I started doing that a few years ago.
Yeah, that afternoon nap. I have to say, I like that 40 winks, about 2 o'clock for about 20 minutes or so. And it just revitalizes you and re-energizes you and just, sets you up for the rest of the day.
And I might not sleep. I might lie there and listen to yoga nidra. I might lie there and listen. I'm a big fan of music or Sai Guru, whatever tickles my fancy on the day, whatever I feel like, or just be silent with my dog.
Yeah.
Whatever works for you, do it. We're not 9 to 5 anymore. Most of us are working flexible hours. So just make it work for you, And the other thing is people say, I have no time for yoga. Everyone has 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. And it's something actually as a coach that I have found with clients, you know, and say, but you wouldn't have the time. And then you say, okay, well, you know, you do the test on your mobile phone where you install the app to tell you what your activity is. And you realize, well, you see that 3 hours that you spent on such and such a platform. 10 minutes of that would have been really
it's pretty scary stuff. The amount
it is actually, yes, it is. And so you're
put it away.
Yeah, and it's easy to say put it away, but it's difficult. So it's kind of, you are retraining them to allow that time for themselves in a day, and to include, as you say, the yoga and the exercise, and mentally bring yourself down. Because when you're online every day, and even like the number of Zooms that I would do during a week, you find you're up here, you know, and you're buzz, and then you have to.
You're outside of your body quite rightly. A lot of the time when you're connecting with technology, it's quite absorbent of our energy. You can feel quite tired after working with technology. And people might say, oh, what's wrong with you? You know, and another person out the road, they're building a road or whatever, plenty of energy. This is it's like, it's absorbing our vital energy, in fact. So actually, we need to find more balance, I think, to be quite honest with you.
So that thing actually, as you were saying about technology and doing the online groups with, say, the corporates, have you like 100 faces in front of you?
Yeah, so for one of the classes at the global company, there's thousands in the company, I don't know how many, but yeah, I would have about 100 on screen.
And now, not all see each other?
No, well, no. Some people choose not to use their screen share, and that's absolutely fine. So some of them I don't see, some people I do see. It's more beneficial if you see you, because I can actually personally guide you, because I can see you, you know? We still have it, so it's okay. People are shy and they don't want to share, and colleagues as well don't want their other colleagues seeing their personal, intimate space. You know, I completely get that.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. You're still going to benefit. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Now you have a competition today.
Yeah, that's right. Especially for today. Yes. So the competition is, if anybody wants to enter and win a whole month of free yoga classes online with Yoga Ireland, which means it's with myself, and also Jeanette Bloom is doing them with me. She's a UK teacher. She's on this Saturday morning at 9:30 for the first time. So you can get free classes for you and your whole family. So that includes, that includes.
I should have got somebody else to interview you.
We'll get you online, Barbara. Don't worry. Yeah. So all you have to do is go on the website, Yoga Ireland, and it's .ie, okay? Drop us an email and we'll get back to you. And I'll let everyone know. I think I said, what did I say, next Monday, I think?
We will put it in the comments under the Facebook page. If you want, even next Tuesday is the next webcast. So if you want,
that's when I said.
We can announce it then at the beginning of next Tuesday's webcast.
That's what I said, Barbara. That's it. Tuesday. Yeah. So you can let everyone know then. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I have to say, it's a pity about the break in the connection and whatnot, you know, and it is a shame, but that is out of our control, as you say. But everybody can find out more about what you do and how you do it by going onto yogaireland.ie. And they can message you directly there.
They can. We only have one email address. We use the same email address, and anything for my attention comes to me. So it's fine. Just go into the website and send an email. You can register and try a class, but anyway, for the competition, mention Well Expo. You have to mention Well Expo, so that we know that you're entering the competition. And just one line, or even why you would like to get the 1 month yoga free. Why would you benefit, you know?
No, you're very good. That's fantastic, because you only messaged me last night. I was just heading away to bed. Oh, I think we'll put up a competition. So that's fantastic, you know, to add that in.
You know what, guys? You know what? Everyone's going through a hard time. I just want to be honest with you, look, I do make a living from doing yoga sometimes. There has been times. But anyway, of course, because everyone needs to pay bills and so on. But listen, guys, it's all about being there for each other, supporting each other, you know, and that's the main thing. So I just want everyone to benefit.
Brilliant. I'm just checking there, Resta, just to see how it is on Facebook. If there have been any questions, maybe not. They might actually come in later. Yes,
no questions, but lots of comments. Lots of people very excited about the competition. We have had comments from pupils of yourself.
Oh,
Karina Siobhan has been on to say that she loves your class, that she had to nip out. Eric has been on saying it's fantastic. Sita says, yeah, if you can't take 10 or 20 minutes a day to replenish yourself, there's something wrong with your life. The competition sounds great, says Dita. Thanks for your time as always, Katrina. And Eric is asking, yes, how long is a class?
Oh yeah, okay, Eric, 1 hour. So for our workplace day on Fridays, people are having 30 minutes, 40 minutes for the companies. But in general, it's 1 hour. And the kids, 40 minutes.
And the only other question that has come in since that is, how much does the course cost?
So it's not a course. So basically, it's unlimited membership. So when you go onto the Yoga Ireland website, you can have a look at the schedule and have a look at the amount of classes. And you pay 50 euros a month for unlimited access to any classes, along with your family as well if they want. So you can even give the link and the password like to your brother or sister, you know, 50 euros. A drop-in class is 7 euros and 5 for children.
And actually, just as you mentioned children there, is there an starting age on children, Katrina, just in case any families are curious?
Look, in general, between 4 and 12 years of age is a good time to merge them. When a child becomes a teenager, they're not so interested doing it with the younger kids. And then when some of the tops around 2.5, 3 are just really not there yet to follow it, to be honest. So 4 to 12 is good.
That's that's great. That's a brilliant tip at the end. So 3 top tips tonight before we go to bed. What can we do?
Sleep hygiene, sleep hygiene, sleep hygiene. So what you do is always bed roughly the same time, getting up at the same time, get into a routine. 1 cup of chamomile tea, half an hour before bed is the way you go. And do your yoga nidra, which will be up on Yoga Ireland YouTube. I post already now or today. Put your headphones in, close your eyes, and bring yourself into a mode of restfulness for your body and your mind. So
Brilliant. Katrina, thank you so much for coming on today. And we will record ourselves bits that might be missed here and have another wee chat, and we will throw it up. All right.
Again during this time, if we might do another one, Barbara, on another topic.
No problem. Absolutely no problem.
Namaste to you, Barbara.
And thank you to Katrina.
Namaste, everyone.
See you then. And thank you, everybody, for joining us as well today. Cheerio.